Hi, welcome in for this reading this morning. Pre-recorded for a premiere status in a little while, but I'm in Boise, Idaho for Hi Aldi and just to visit a dear friend. This is my birthday weekend, and today is my birthday. I am a Leo Sun, Libra Moon, Scorpio rising, and today is my 52nd birthday. And I'm spending it with one of my oldest and dearest friends, Rachel, who we're going to be doing an upload later together, a kitchen magic upload. I'm very excited for it. So if you like kitchen magic and kitchen witchery, check out that playlist on this channel. And today's is going to be a really exciting one on the history of birthday cake and also the kind of kitchen magic and hedge witch uses of the peach fruit from around the world, peach tree medicine, peach tree magic, etc. So this is just going to be a general collective reading. Excuse my poorly, desperately in need of a little personal manicure here. I wanted to do my nails this morning before doing the upload, but I couldn't find any nail polish remover, so not that anyone cares, but I like to look tidy and cleaned up. And this is just going to be a general collective message. What wants to come out on a day for me as the reader that has a lot of significance? I'll be curious to hear what kind of messages want to come out from the road. I had contemplated doing a reading somewhere in Boise, like out in the landscape, but our visit has just not really shaken out like that. And plus, I don't really want my friend to have to sit through, hold on, while we're doing all the sightseeing, I need to stop for an hour and do a reading out here. Like, that just didn't seem very practical. So just getting one in the bedroom on the bed kind of layout. So, what is going to be helpful for us to know? During this Leo season, we're in the Lionsgate portal. Ace of Wands on the split, so that's, oops, I better try to make sure this is in here. So that's encouraging, and it speaks to that kind of high intensity fire energy that we're coming into with the Lionsgate portal and the sort of peak height of summer, dog days of summer energy. So let's just keep going and see what wants to come out. Wow, really interesting. So what I'm kind of picking up right off the bat is that this situation, you may not be seeing it clearly right now, what actually is going on, because this is showing a very positive layout, but there's somebody who's having a lot of doubt and fatigue and feeling a little bit pressed, I guess, and struggling to maybe see the light at the end of a tunnel or feel recovered and recuperated enough to be moving forward. I don't know. Let's see here. So in the cornerstone, we have the Four of Cups, which can be a meditative card, but it also kind of strikes. Actually, I think, now that I'm reading this column a little more deeply, that's how it's coming. That's how it's showing here. It's not showing me the sort of stagnant ingratitude-ish type energy that can come with the Four of Cups. It's actually kind of showing me this meditative process where you're going through an acceptance phase of like self-acceptance, self-regality, self-sovereignty. It's been a hard-fought victory for you to achieve this level of self-possession and self-assuredness. You've succeeded, but it's like this is something like having come through a dark night of the soul. And once you've had an experience like that, often when you've come through the worst of it, you feel pretty beat up. And this is kind of what I'm picking up here. What you've achieved by doing this work is that you're now in kind of this sovereign, kingly energy. A King of Cups is a divine masculine energy that's really comfortable with his inner feminine. And you've done really great work here. You're to be commended. So at first glance, I thought this might feel like kind of a fraught column, but as I'm reading deeper into it, it's actually not. It's showing that It's been difficult. It's been a difficult journey, but ultimately you've prevailed. You may be wishing to hear someone or feeling bombarded with a lot of different energies and messages and demands. This could look something like you're receiving a lot of spiritual messaging at the same time that your 3D world is placing a lot of communicative demands on you, kind of chaotic energy. It can also feel like a vulnerability of wanting communication with someone and feeling like it's not happening, but it's in the vulnerability position. So there's a lot of intense, fiery energy again. Not surprising considering that this is coming into, we're in Leo season and this is a Lion's Gate, but you may be a fire sign as well, like me, which is kind of really definitely exacerbating or intensifying the fire element energy for you. But yeah, there may have been, this could also represent something like Mercury retrograde, which we're in right now. These readings are timeless, but you may be experiencing Mercury retrograde like energy where there's a lot of miscommunication, misunderstanding, cross signals, stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is that at the very center of this is a very abundant, wealthy, joyful energy heading straight for you. And that can't be overstated because we have the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Pentacles. So that's 3 tens all together in this reading that signal an incredibly positive, immediate future coming for you that's really joyful, really abundant. This is like dreams coming true, like feeling like you've literally hit the lottery in your home life and in your love life. You could be getting married. Like this could be like a surprise proposal and an elopement that's about to happen and you're not even seeing it coming, and it's going to hit you like this joyful tower, right? Like I'm not seeing a tower here, but the way all of this is coming in is like, wow, it's going to be, like I just said, it's like dreams coming true. So this is a really beautiful and positive omen, and you might be a fire sign like me. This might be your season. You might be coming into your own, stepping into this super empowered lion energy, right? It's really, really beautiful. I mean, I can't overstate this. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune all together. I mean, these things are these are the most highly amplified of the pip cards of their suit, and then with this Wheel of Fortune empowering both of these, I mean, come on, you're like unstoppable, or this situation is going to be really like blowing your mind with bliss. Just about, this is bliss. This is like a nirvana like energy right here with these cards. After coming through a time of intense struggle and need to protect yourself and protect your healing process, all of a sudden you're stepping into nirvana. This could even be a reading for somebody who's obtained nirvana. Honestly, like I don't think that that's probably in play for someone, but possibly, you know, I don't know, all 300 and some people right now that are subscribed to this channel, plus others that may catch it that aren't necessarily subscribers. I don't know who's watching. So this could be purely a spiritual endeavor that you've obtained some type of ascended mastery or enlightenment. I'm not seeing a lot of that like crown third eye energy though. This is sort of more like just bliss in your 3D life is kind of what I'm picking up. And yeah, with this Ace of Wands on the split, like get ready. This is very present energy right now. This isn't a far off distant kind of energy. It's in the now. And that hound dog is Agnes. That's my friend Rachel's dog, Agnes. She's a blue tick hound. She's very cute. So let's find out a little bit more about this Wheel of Fortune. What can you expect about the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles? I'm curious to know maybe a little bit of details about that, because that's very exciting. Very exciting energy. What are maybe some details about this highly abundant, spiritually blessed, spiritually favored? There's a chapter that's coming to a close here, which doesn't surprise me with this Wheel of Fortune. This means that the wheel has turned from this burdened, exhausted, hard work that you've done to go within and heal. Now the wheel's turning, that process is over. That's on the split. You've ascended out of some type of sort of attached energy, right? Like this could have been a literal entity attachment, like we were talking about a spiritual process, or it could have been, this card wanted to come in the reverse at the top of the deck, and I righted it before I laid it down. So it might be saying that you've cut cords to the attachments that were draining you in your life, or it could literally be like a spiritual attachment or an addiction that can, you know, in some spiritual communities be explained as an entity attachment, right? What's happening though is that you've come out of a time like that of distress and need of healing personally and on a soul level, and into an ascending status, right? This is that energy, right? This is that needing to protect yourself, needing to heal kind of energy. What else about the Wheel of Fortune? You're ascending into a new reality, spiritual growth. Something's blocked here. That's interesting. That could be this Four of Pentacles energy. Like you might be needing to release your grip on your fears at present. It might be impacting or delaying some of this coming in. I mean, it's not going to be, isn't the kind of energy, this Four of Pentacles isn't the kind of energy that can stop a Wheel of Fortune though, just so you know. But something's blocked here, and we can figure out what that is. Yeah, there was blocked opposition that you've risen out of. That's what this is saying. That's why this Nine of Wands, you had to fight your way free. That's why you're tired, but you know you succeeded. You're just tired and in need of rest right now, because you ascended out of all of this. That's what that Wheel of Fortune is saying, and that's why the energy is going in that direction, like rising out of this stressful time that you've been in. I don't know. There might have been a sexual addiction here with this lust card and the entity attachment energy. You might have found your way out of a toxic relationship, for example, for some people, or an addictive process, again, with lust and attachment, right? You didn't have self-love, right? You ascended out of a lack of self-love and have found that within, especially with this Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. Like this is that kind of energy, self-loving. It was a work in progress for you. You ascended out of a lack of self-love is what it's saying, or you are ascending out of a lack of self-love with this Wheel of Fortune. There was an unawakened version of you that is no more, right? That you've risen out of, that you stepped out of a timeline of feeling blocked, opposed, addicted, self-loathing, unawakened. You've risen out of this. You or someone around you. Into your North Node. That is so beautiful. From your South Node and into your North Node. And in this case, the South Node could look like an addiction. So you're really, really, really to be congratulated here. You've freed yourself from an addictive process is what I'm picking up. And that's going to look different for everyone. It can look like addiction to a toxic relationship that had a pattern of fighting and sex and making up kind of thing. It could be a sex addiction where you couldn't commit because you had a fear of intimacy. It was blocking your growth and your self-love, but you've risen out of it, right? It can look like a number of things. So just apply this to your situation if you've caught this reading and it's resonating, right? You're being witnessed for how much work you've done on yourself. It's really beautiful. And the fact that this is a reading coming out on my birthday, I think is also an important theme here. This is like a rebirth for you into an ascended status out of this old way. What else about this Wheel of Fortune? Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, plus Four of Wands. What else? This painful period is over. You're stepping into the new, likely through this Lion's Gate, right? What else do you need to know? What universal story or myth is manifest here? Well, it's overcoming. It's overcoming the devil within. It's overcoming your shadow and not making your shadow go away, but integrating it, right? So this looks a number of ways. There's all kinds of myth and legend and story about a person coming face to face with the devil, right? And then besting the devil. And it's that kind of thing. It's that kind of energy. Medicine of laughter. Wonderful. This is what you have to look forward to with this Wheel of Fortune. A lot of joy and good times and laughter. Laughter is such good medicine, and that's what you have to look forward to. What's being left out? What is the missing element? So let's see. Is there a missing element here? I don't see any swords cards. So there may be a need here to invite more air element into your reality to make sure you're staying connected to your logic and reason and higher wisdom. That's going to help in your ascending process, is remembering not to neglect your air element. You may have air lacking in your chart, and so doing some work to invite more air element into your life is going to be very helpful. You hold the power in this situation. Don't forget to wield your power with ethics and from your heart. So you really have nothing to fear. You're in a very empowered position coming into this Wheel of Fortune. You have nothing to fear. Turn it over to fate. Well, that's what you did, and now here it is. I mean, there is no better card to represent fate than the Wheel of Fortune, and it's turning. You're turning over in fate, right? It's really beautiful. What else to look forward to in this fiery Leo energy? What else do you need to know? This is very, very exciting for you. It's a really positive reading. Karmic drama on the split. Closed off. Well, something was blocked here, and we got that in duplicate now with this closed off. Risk. So maybe somebody's going to be taking a risk, or you're going to be taking a risk to open your heart and not be so closed off. That might be what you have to look forward to, or someone's doing that with you and coming towards you and willing to take a risk to put their heart on the line for you. Karma. Yeah, karma again for maybe these folks that were, I don't know, this struck me as a really personal problem, but there, for some of you, there may have been a lot of opposition because someone was sending you evil eye, right? And they're going to be getting karma. Or you may have had to face some karma because you had a closed off heart, right? And this is, wow, and that's interesting. Look at that. My tattoo of a heart lock and key is being replicated here in this heart lock and key card. It's my birthday. This is a new beginning, a new start, fate, right? A lot of that energy is present. Karma. You're on a destined path towards family, towards a happy family. And a reunion with someone, okay? So there may have been a feeling at some point that a love relationship wasn't going to make it, or that you weren't going to be someone who was going to have a happy future. And look at the surprise that's coming from being closed off, facing karma, healing, to stepping into risk, and by taking this risk, it's a happy, right? It's like a happy adventure. And a love offer. That's what's coming for you. Let me just pull a few more cards, and then we'll call this reading good, because I hear my friends have gotten up, and I'll go downstairs and get our day going for the upload later with the peach and birthday cake installation. Maybe this will show a little bit of what happened. Like you may have separated from someone for a while, romantically. And separation could have been physical or emotional or both. I don't know what's going on here. It could have been other stuff that you just realized, like, I've never had a healthy relationship. I'm going to be single for a while and heal. And now that you've done all that, here comes all this, right? Tell us more about this situation here. this has been heavily on your mind and it's been stealing your taking peak, right? This is reflection of where you've been, which is feeling a theft of your peace and your sense of security and stability. That's all felt like it's been eluding you and that you've been blocked, and there's may have been entity attachments like we just said here up here that was stealing your energy and making you drained and depleted a lot of times. That can be for a number of reasons, because of an addictive process, because someone's practicing evil eye against you or blackmail. I mean, it can look a number of ways. An abusive relationship. You just came through an official process, like an official and in fact, this court card here is striking me as your own discernment as I'm looking at it. It's like you went within and got connected to your own authority and power to make a decision here with this peacock especially. It's showing me a very regal, royal. You started listening to your inner wisdom and going within and recognizing who and what were draining you, what things in your life needed to go. It's been a very long process. That's what's happening here. So now what do you have to look forward to? That's where you've been. Now where are you heading? To a very abundant and youthful new beginning. Perhaps with this King of Cups. Yeah. And marriage possibly. With this love offer, Four of Wands. Yeah. You're coming on a reunion. There's an end to the sorrow here, an end of this old way, and a step into a union and joy. Having this reunion with this person is just gonna, I mean, the old way is over. He's gonna be extremely happy. You're both gonna be very happy. You both are in alignment here in your thoughts as well. It's really going to shock you. There's like a shocking surprise coming through, and that speaks to that tower energy. The tower didn't come out here, but this is a very big shift out of that survival mode and into everything you ever dreamed. It's going to be very surprising and bring you a lot of great happiness. And this attachment is ended, right? There was a loss from this sorrowful past situation that you're healing from and stepping into an alignment with this relationship that's coming for you. And total abundance, yeah. Great happiness and total abundance. These are reflecting that Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles right here. He wants the same thing as you do. This person stepping into your life that's going to make you a love offer. So what's a final message for you? What is a final takeaway? I mean, you probably can't do much better than the Wheel of Fortune, but let's just pull one more to wrap things up. What's a final takeaway for you here? Final takeaway for the collective. Two of Wands, you're at the threshold. This is this turning wheel. You're right at this threshold. So this Two of Wands, to me, if I'm looking at this 10 on the wheel, would show me that you are coming, if this is turning clockwise, this is right where you are. You're about to arrive right here. That makes any sense. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. You're stepping through the threshold into this new beginning. So it's a very lovely fiery Leo season, Lionsgate portal type energy that you're stepping into, and I really congratulate you. And I think my birthday energy is sort of adding the exclamation point to this reading for someone, because it's a new beginning. Your birthday is your Saturn return, right? Or not your Saturn, your solar return. So it's a that could be also representative of the wheel of life, the wheel of the planets, the wheel of the year, right? Like it's a new era that's faded for you, and it's very beautiful. So I really congratulate you, and I'll see you in the next one. To have a good one.